Welcome to this Pentatonic Mastery Series. In this series, I'm going to go through everything you need to know to be able to master the pentatonic, meaning how to memorize it, how to use it really well, how to mix patterns, and how to play in all sorts of different keys. In this video, we are going to go through minor pentatonic pattern 1. Now, we're going to be doing this in the key of B minor, which is going to start on the 7th fret 6th string. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to show you the pattern, and then we're going to talk about how to actually take a really good guitar solo with this, even if you're a complete beginner. And pattern 1 looks like this. The way you want to think about this too is if we put this in numbers and intervals, this is a 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7. Now that's not as important now, but later in the series this is going to matter quite a bit. But right now we just want to be able to memorize this pattern. So again, the pattern goes 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. Now notice though that when I'm playing it, I'm using first and pinky, then 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. You want to make sure you use the correct fingering. A lot of people avoid using the pinky and use the ring finger instead. There are some instances where that makes sense, but the majority of the time you just need to get comfortable with the pinky. On the right hand, you want to be using strict alternate picking. This is going to change when we do in the licks, but when you're just playing the scale, the most efficient way to pick it is to just go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So, one thing to put on your to-do list is to be able to memorize that pattern. But now let's get into how to actually take licks and solos and make music out of this thing. Now the way this is going to work is I'm going to show you 3 different guitar licks that you can use for this, each one using 2 different strings. So the first lick we use the first 2 strings, the next one the next 2, strings 3 and 4, G and D, and the next one 6 and 5, which would be the low E and the A. So the first lick looks like this. Now what I'm doing for this one is I'm starting on the 2nd string, the B string, with my pinky, and I'm sliding from 7 to 10. Then I'm going 7, 10 on the 1st string, and then back to 7. Pay very close attention to the fingers I'm using. Pinky in first. Now the pick motion is I'm going to go down, down, up, down. This is a technique of picking called directional picking, which just means use the most efficient direction. The least amount of movement we can do with the same end result is what we're going for. So we get this. That is lick number 1. Now lick number 2 sounds like this. So the way you're going to do this is it goes 7, 9 on the 4th string, then 7, 9, 7 on the 3rd, back to 9 on the 4th. So you get, and I'm just using my first and ring finger the entire time. Now picking direction wise, it's going to go down, down, up, just like that. And that is lick number 2. Lick number 3 is going to be this. Now lick number 3 is going to start on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and then I'm going to hammer on and pull off. So hammer on to 9, pull off to 7. Then I'm going to go 9, 7 on the 5th string. And then 10, 7 on the 6th string. So we got, okay, now the pick direction is going to go down, up, down, up, down. And on the tablature you'll see above there's a little V. That means up, an upstroke. And then the little flag looking thing is a downstroke. And if you've liked this video so far, please like and subscribe. I have a big goal of trying to get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year, so it would be an absolute huge help if you could subscribe so I can get this out to as many people as possible. Thank you in advance. Now we get into the fun part where how do you actually use this to take a guitar solo? Because these licks are very cool, but if you just play them one after another, they're nice, but they just sound like random licks. They don't sound like an actual guitar solo. So this is where we get into variations. So variations are where you slightly change a lick. So the way to think about this is if we're having a conversation, let's say about guitars, we wouldn't talk about guitars for 10 seconds or 5 seconds and then immediately move to a completely unrelated topic and then another topic. You talk about it for a little while to develop the conversation. It naturally flows into a different topic. So we could be talking about electric guitars and specific brands and acoustic guitars and our favorite guitar player. These are all variations of that topic. So you can think of every single lick as a topic. So this right here is a topic of conversation. Okay? Or this. That is our topic. Now, if I want to do a variation, then all I'm going to do is slightly change it. So I could just add a note at the end. Or I could replace a note. Either way. And then if you do this with all the licks, we start getting a really nice guitar solo. It's all about being able to slightly change them to be able to create a nice sounding solo. So to hear these licks used in an actual solo, I'm going to play a little backing for you that I just recorded, and I'm going to play these licks with some variations over it, and then you get kind of a sense of what this can sound like. So this is still in B minor, but here is how lick 1 will sound. So that's just the lick normally. There I changed the last note. Now I'm playing it again. There was something called rearticulation, where I'm just hitting the notes over and over. Alright, now we get to the next lick. Next lick. And you kind of see that these are starting to develop. And you can go in between different ones, move it around, do it in any order you want. But the trick to this is just practice. You put on the backing track and then you just start experimenting with what sounds good. So what I recommend now is you're going to hear a backing track being played, and it's time for you to actually practice this. So grab your guitar if you haven't already. What I want you to do is try to use these licks to create a nice sounding solo over the backing that is coming up. Experiment. If it doesn't sound how you want it to sound yet, it will. You just have to keep trying. But alright, now it is time for you to try. Here's the backing track. Go ahead. right, so I hope you got a lot out of this video and you really enjoyed it. But continue to practice, keep going through this, and I will see you at the next one.